There is a city built entirely on borrowed time, borrowed money, and borrowed water. A city that decided to outdream every civilization that came before it. And for a while, it worked so perfectly that the whole world stood in stunned applause. But somewhere inside that applause, buried beneath the noise of record-breaking tower openings, celebrity Instagram posts, and luxury brochures promising the impossible, a professor at Rice University sat down and said something that should have stopped everything cold. He said, "Dubai will literally shut down." Nobody listened. And now the bill has arrived. What you are about to hear is not a story about one bad year, one unlucky season, or one pandemic that temporarily scared tourists away. This is a structural story. This is the story of a city that was never actually built for permanence. It was built for spectacle. And spectacle, as history has proven over and over again, has a terrifying expiration date. The question was never whether Dubai's tourism model would fracture. The question, one economists and environmental scientists had been quietly asking for years, was only ever when. That moment appears to be now. Dubai welcomed over 17 million international overnight visitors in recent years, making it one of the most visited cities on the planet. Its tourism sector contributed roughly 11 to 12% of its GDP. The Burj Khalifa became the most photographed building on Earth. The Palm Jumeirah became a symbol of what human ambition could do when money was no object. And the Dubai Mall, so large it contains its own indoor ski slope, aquarium, and everything imaginable, became a global cathedral of consumption. But here is what they did not put in the brochure. Dubai sits in one of the most environmentally hostile locations on the planet. Summer temperatures regularly exceed 45 degrees Celsius. Rainfall averages less than 100 millimeters per year. There are no permanent rivers. No natural lakes. No sustainable aquifers. Every drop of fresh water comes primarily from desalination, stripping salt from seawater using massive amounts of electricity. And that electricity largely comes from fossil fuels. An energy model the world is actively moving away from. This is where the warning from Rice University experts becomes impossible to ignore. Because the issue is not just declining tourism. It is an entire city built on systems that are becoming more expensive, more fragile, and more unsustainable at the same time. Dubai's outdoor tourism window, the period when visitors can comfortably explore, is shrinking year by year. And much of its tourism experience depends on that window. Beaches, markets, promenades, outdoor attractions. When that window closes, what remains? Indoor malls. Indoor ski slopes. Indoor experiences that can be replicated anywhere in the world, without extreme heat. Meanwhile, competition is rising fast. Cities like Bangkok and Singapore already offer luxury infrastructure. Saudi Arabia is investing hundreds of billions into tourism through Vision 2030. And suddenly, Dubai is no longer unique. Then comes the financial reality beneath the glamour. A large portion of Dubai's visitors are not traditional tourists. Many are business travelers, transit passengers, or people visiting family within the massive expatriate workforce. Remove those categories, and the number of high-spending leisure tourists looks far smaller. And that specific group, the wealthy traveler, is the most sensitive to risk, climate discomfort, and global perception. Geopolitics is adding pressure too. Dubai once positioned itself as a neutral hub where global wealth could move freely. But after the Russia-Ukraine conflict, that neutrality has become harder to maintain. Scrutiny has increased. Financial risk perceptions have shifted. And some high-net-worth individuals are quietly choosing alternatives, places like Greece, Portugal, Japan, and emerging luxury destinations in Saudi Arabia. Now layer in real estate. Dubai's tourism and property sectors are deeply intertwined. Many hotel rooms are actually privately owned apartments listed on short-term rental platforms. This has created a shadow hotel market. If real estate corrects, as many analysts expect, it could trigger a chain reaction, falling rental income, oversupply, and pressure on hotels to slash prices. And once a luxury destination starts discounting, it stops being luxury. It becomes a deal. And deals attract a completely different type of visitor. Then there is the water crisis, the most existential threat of all. Desalination is not just expensive. It is energy-intensive and vulnerable. As the global economy shifts away from fossil fuels, maintaining Dubai's water supply becomes more complex and costly. Yes, the UAE is investing in renewable energy and nuclear power. But transforming an entire system while maintaining one of the world's most energy-intensive lifestyles is not a quick fix. Costs will continue to rise, and those costs will be passed on to tourists, residents, and businesses. Eventually, travelers compare prices. And when similar experiences are cheaper elsewhere, they go elsewhere. There is also a deeper issue beneath the skyline. Dubai's infrastructure has been built and maintained by a vast migrant workforce. Labor practices, including the former kafala system, have faced increasing international criticism. In an era of ESG-focused investing and ethical scrutiny, this becomes a reputational risk. Companies planning conferences, events, and corporate travel are beginning to factor these concerns into their decisions. And that matters. Because business tourism is a major pillar of Dubai's economy. Now, bring all these forces together: environmental pressure, rising costs, geopolitical tension, real estate risk, and social scrutiny. This is what the Rice University warning was pointing toward. Not a sudden crash, but a structural fracture. A slow, compounding pressure that reshapes the city over time. Dubai has faced crises before. After the 2008 financial collapse, it rebounded quickly with support from Abu Dhabi. But this time is different. That crisis was financial, and financial problems can be solved with money. This one is environmental, structural, and systemic. You cannot inject capital to lower temperatures. You cannot refinance your way out of water scarcity. You cannot instantly reshape global perception. And yet, the cranes keep moving. New towers are still being announced. New islands still planned. New attractions still unveiled. Because Dubai's entire model depends on growth. On spectacle. On momentum. If the narrative stops, the capital stops. So the narrative continues. But beneath it, the cracks are forming. This will not look like a sudden collapse. It will be gradual.